Don't know why that's there for. Good evening. I was going to say good evening Vietnam, but I might as well not. Um, Now, if you notice that I haven't put my diction, my beginning tape on when it goes dun dun dun, because I tell you why. It's because it's not working. So we're trying. My team, I've got a good team behind me, and promised me, like they promised me last week. So, but they promised me this week it's going to be really done. They're going to sort it out for me. So, so that's what I'm kind of like planning to do. Right. Oh, tonight I'm gonna ask you some questions actually, Megan, because I was watching some of your videos the other day, and you were talking about mental health,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
And when you were talking about mental health, you got to me because that's all about me. That's what I do. I do a lot of complaining about mental health. I've
Yeah.
been through it. I've had a rough
Hmm.
patch and everything. I've been on
Yeah.
television about it. And the trouble is, it's mental health. It's mental health awareness week this week.
Yeah.
And I've been watching you doing your little videos and everything, and you come across very positive. Um,
Yeah.
is that always you?
No. For the people that know me, that is kind of I'm trying to be more positive, but we all have days, do you know what I mean? I think, last time I did come on, we briefly mentioned that I had just broken up with my partner and moved home and things. And do you know what? In the last few weeks, I've found myself again. Do you know what I mean? My mental health is getting better, and it does make me realize that I was in a very toxic relationship, that was a big impact on my mental health. Being positive, no, you put a mask on. To be fair, you do. When I'm doing my own podcast, yes, I seem upbeat and positive, but you know, I'm taking in what those people are saying to learn myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm still trying to learn. I have days better than others. There's still days that I get up and I'm just like, I couldn't be bothered, or I don't want to be here. Do you know what I mean? It happens. But it's starting with something small and working on it every day to eventually get yourself to be in a not better, but just to get through every day. You just gotta get on with it. I think for me, one of the biggest things that I've kind of been concentrating on is to not stress over things you can't control. I was a very, very big stress head when it came to things that I couldn't fix. And I find myself now, saying to family members and friends, like, why are you stressed? You can't change it. What's the point in putting your energy onto something that's going to stress you out and make you feel rubbish about yourself when you can't do anything to change the outcome? So,
Yeah.
yes. So, to answer your question, I'm not always positive, no, but I have to hype myself up before a podcast to make it look like I'm happy and
Yeah.
positive.
Yeah. We did I don't know if you watched it, but we did something with Susan Lee yesterday, and
Hmm.
it was about Susan Lee is like a therapist, and she always comes in on a Monday and joins us on a Monday.
Hmm.
And we were talking about kind of like about changing, why change for other people, and
Hmm.
we always put a mask on, and
Hmm.
we always hide ourselves behind other people and things
Yeah.
like that. And I think sometimes we need to come out and say, okay, this is me, this is
Hmm.
what I am about,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
And I'm afraid if they don't like you,
Hmm.
then that's their problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I haven't quite got to that bit yet, if I'm honest. I still take what people think about me to heart. I always try and change people's impression, like their image of me. I always still stick with the fact that first impressions matter. Um, don't get me wrong, I am starting to be like, what, if you don't like me, then so what? But at
Mm.
the same time, there are days where I'm like, why do they not like me? What have I done wrong? Like,
Yeah, but it's
what?
not you, though, is it? It's not you. It's not you. Why should you go around kind of worrying about that?
I just think it's one of those things. Do you know what I mean? I always want people to like me, to be fair. I've always been like that. And it's a very hard thing to change when you're used to it for so long. Like, I started thinking about what other people thought of me back in high school. Do you know what I mean? Because with me moving a lot as well, since I was young, like I've moved like 13 or 14 times, and I'm only 23 this next month. You know, you do start taking to heart what people think about you, because you're meeting new people all the time. So it's
I shouldn't worry about any, but you're only 23 and you've got a long way to go. And, you know, you are a very nice young lady who has got
Thank
a lot
you.
going for her, going for yourself. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, your boyfriend is a loser. I think,
A lot of people would agree.
okay, so he's a loser, you know, and I'm telling you now that there's plenty of fish in the sea,
Yeah.
and I would move on, and someone would come along,
Yeah.
you know, and put you on his horse and take you away.
Yeah. No, I think, to be fair, that's one thing that my mum kind of said to me, and people have said to me, you know, when it'll always come when you're not looking for it, you know, and it's probably one of the hardest things, actually, you know, going from speaking to somebody every day or seeing somebody every day to going back to being on your own. I think that's one of the hardest things. It's not, and it's going to sound really horrible, but it's not that I miss him, it's I miss having that somebody to be there. I think that's the hardest kind of transition period, is going from having that person every day to having nothing.
Oh yeah, I would miss my wife. You know, if my wife is going to go up the shop and I misses her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's only got.
That's what I want. I want that. Like, that to me is like relationship goals. I want that. I want somebody to miss me. Do you know what I mean?
And one day you'll get somebody who will do that for you. You know. But at the end of the day, you just kind of like got to say, okay, this is going to be me. This is me.
Yeah.
I am Megan, and if you don't like me, tough. But I'm going to Megan, and I'm gonna be powerful enough to go out there and kind of like help to change the world or whatever you want to
Yeah.
do. Because
Yeah, of course.
you can't do it. You're 23. You've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
All right. And with mental health and everything else like that, you know, it's like it's really tough, you know. And anyway, I want you to watch this video, and hopefully you'll like it. And here we go.
Okay. You're gonna make me cry.
you got quite a harsh backlash on social media, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We got a lot of it, especially on Twitter and on Facebook. On my Facebook page, it was really terrible.
What about in the street?
Um, people in the street when it didn't matter me going in the street because we were taken to Hastings anyway on this boot camp, so we were in a place where it was just kind of like security around us all the time. So
And you've made some drastic changes, obviously, since then. Tell me how has your diet changed, for instance?
Oh, the diet. Oh gosh, I'm not used to the diet. I wake up in the mornings and kind of like having different kinds of foods. Like we can have like one minute we can have a porridge, or meat in the morning, and then to like dinner time where we can have like pasta. I hated pasta at first, but no, we're getting used to it. It was just a different kind of food.
And was it true that
that you were going to change a lot?
Nah, it was
5 stone,
4 ounces.
4 ounces?
Yeah.
They say
that's healthy. You know what I mean? So.
I am not a stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. Learn to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. Another round of bullets, it's my skin. Well, fire away, 'cause today I won't let the pain sink in. We are bursting through the barricades and reaching for the sun. That's what we do. I won't let them break me down. I know that there's a place for us. Oh, we are glorious. The sharpest words wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come. And the marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown mine. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me. This is me. I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown me.
Wow.
There you go.
That hit a nerve.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh. No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's just I don't know why I didn't realize that the actual song was going to be "This Is Me," but do you know what? It really does relate because that was the song that was played at my friend's funeral that committed suicide last year.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why I
but you
showed
guys
you
have
that?
done so well.
Yeah. Why I showed you that is because we're in mental health. We're in kind of like mental health awareness week,
Mhm.
and I'm trying to kind of like show people what we've been through because we've been through
Yeah.
quite a lot. When someone's kind of like on a bridge, and they're trying to kind of like commit suicide to end their life.
Hmm. Believe it
It's
or not,
kind
that's
of,
how my friend did it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think you guys have done amazing. And this thing that people can say words behind a screen and they can say things, and they don't think that anything's going to come of it. That might not be anything to you, but for someone else reading that, it can be that could be the last point for them.
yeah, yeah. So that's why we started this up. So but
Mhm.
with you concerned, let's enough about us. But with you concerned, how do you feel every day when you wake up? Do you feel like me when you wake up? You're thinking, "Oh God, I've got another day to go through."
Sometimes, like I used to be like that a lot, right? Obviously now I'm getting better. Like, don't get me wrong, there is times when I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, like just 2 more days and then I'm off. Do you know what I mean? But I think, with Mental Health Awareness Week, the amount of people that we have lost this year alone to suicide, I kind of sit back and I'm like, do you know what? I'm lucky to get up. I'm lucky to be here. And don't get me wrong, there are days when I don't want to get up or I don't want to go to work or I just would do anything do you know what I actually said to a friend once? I would just love to be in a coma, just to hibernate for like 6 months, and then just come out after it and just feel refreshed. And the thing is when you're in that constant cycle, you get up, you're not happy, it becomes routine to feel like that. And it's really, really hard to break it. I'm not going to lie. As I say, there are still days when I get up and I really just do not want to get out of bed. I don't want to get up. But at the same time, I push myself. And, it's what I keep saying to even friends is it is going to be hard to break out of any cycle. It's like any addiction. It's like any habit. Like mental health to me is kind of an addiction. You get used to it. You're in this little bubble. Do you know what I mean? It's so hard
Yeah,
to get out of it.
yeah.
Like I started smoking, right? And I stopped smoking for a week and then I felt really, really depressed. And to me, smoking was a coping mechanism because I didn't really drink much. And, and I turned to smoking and see now I'm still smoking. And I'm actually scared to not smoke because it's helped me cope through so much. I'm like, what's going to happen if I stop? Do you know what I mean? Am I gonna go down to rock bottom because it's been a coping mechanism for so long? But yes, I do have days where I don't want to get out of bed. I
Yeah.
think everybody has days.
I've been there. I've been there when I was having cigarettes and everything. My wife banned it in the end. She said either me or the cigarettes, and so. But then the trouble is, then I turned to like alcohol and all that lot. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's just a coping. It's like a coping. It's something
It
like,
is.
yeah, that's what it is. It's to get through the time. But the trouble is,
Like,
you can go out drinking with the girls, right?
mhm.
And things like that and get drunk and everything. But the problem is going to be there in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Since I've been home after my breakup, I have drank a lot more than I usually do. I've smoked a lot more than I usually do, just to have nights where I don't feel the pain or feel crappy about myself. But as you say, yes, you wake up in the morning with a raging hangover, which is the worst, and then you've got to go to work, and it's like, oh. And yeah, you're spot on. Like actually a family member came to me and says, I want to dye my hair, I want to pierce my ears. And I'm like, right, go for it. And the saddest thing was they said to me, they went, I just don't want to be me anymore. And I said to them, I was like, but piercing your ears and dyeing your hair isn't going to change that. It might change it for 5 to 10 minutes. And then you're just going to go back to who you were with a different color hair and a new piercing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think loving yourself is probably one of the hardest things to achieve.
Oh yeah, of course it is. It's like when I used to be a professional athlete when I was younger, and I came from being that. And then when I was drinking and kind of like not well and shrunk and everything, I put weight on.
Mm-hmm.
But the trouble is with that, it was like then I had a heart attack and everything. And the trouble is with that is it's like depression comes in with it. Then
Yeah.
you feel suicidal. You want to end your life. You think, I've had enough. I want to get rid of my life. And the trouble is, it's not what you can do it. You if you want to end your life, you do it. But the trouble is, it's what you leave behind.
Yeah.
You leave behind your friends, your family,
Yeah.
everybody.
And that's what stopped me so many times, to be fair, like, because you recognize it. I mean, when I went to the funeral of my friend last year, that was tough because like me and a load of our other friends had spoken to her the week before and she had told us she was fine. But the thing that hurt the most was she had 2 daughters who were aged 8 and 10. And being at a funeral and watching these kids grieve, I think that was the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to watch. Like, they were reading poems and they were putting pictures obviously in the on top of the coffin for when they were burying her. And I was like, this isn't right. Like, these kids are so young and now they don't have their mum just because she was feeling that low and she felt like she couldn't speak to anybody.
I'm going to ask you a question. How many friends have you got?
How many friends have I got? For my age, not many. I think it's been, sorry, go on.
So, how many friends? Right, okay, let me put it another way then. How many friends you got that will be there if you need, will be there for you?
3 or 4. 3 or 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when you come off this podcast, what I want you to do, I want you to Google Charlie Lansbury.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's the song is called 5 Fingers.
I think I've heard of this before, but
Do you know about that?
I think it sounds very
Well,
like.
Okay. Charlie said one day, he said, you'd be lucky in life to have 5 true friends.
Yeah.
All right. We might have a lot of friends, but the friends that we got, the friends that we got, are they going to be there when we're really, really, in trouble? Are they going to be around? And he said you'd be lucky to have 5 friends. True friends.
Definitely. I think that's kind of going through things really kind of proves to you though who's gonna be there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's hard because like one of my best friends, right, bless her, she's always there for me, but she does have a baby. So, there is times where I'm like, I really need somebody to talk to. And she's like, I'm really, really sorry, but I need to get the baby to bed, which is understandable, right?
Yeah.
But I think it's just when you're in that dark place, you do really figure out who your friends are. Do you know what I mean? There's going to be people that will pretend to be your friend and will tell you things that won't even make you feel better. They'll just make you feel worse. Like, I remember speaking to somebody after the breakup that I went through, and they were like, "Oh, he's an idiot. I'm not going to swear, but you know what I mean." And that's not what you really want to hear at the time. Do you know what I mean? You want somebody to be like, "Oh, are you okay?" I know it sounds stupid, but you do want somebody there to be like, oh, are you okay? Like, it'll be okay. You'll be fine. You'll get over it. Not slating. Do you know what I mean? That makes it worse.
Yeah, of course it does. Yeah. Listen, if you need to talk to somebody anytime, we do have a counsellor on here. Okay.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, we tell all our guests that we have got a trained counsellor on here, and she is very good. And but thank you very much for coming on. It's nice talking
No
to you.
worries. And you.
Okay. And
Yep.
what we're trying to do is get you on again because we love you having you on here. We do.
I love being on.
Yeah, we love it, and we might offer you a spot sometime, a regular spot on here because
Oh, that would be cool.
yeah, would you be interested in that?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I will speak to the boss, but I'm the boss,
Yeah.
but we've got a big team behind us, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
and but my wife does most of it, so I'll speak to her.
Yeah.
I persuade
No, that's
her
fine.
I persuade her with a cuddle or something.
I know.
Okay.
When you said I'll speak to the boss, I did think that it was the missus, to be completely honest.
Anyway, love having you on. Honestly, we
Yeah.
do. And I'm. We're gonna. My wife is gonna sort something out now for you, and she'll get in contact
Okay.
with you.
Yeah,
And in
that's
the
fine.
meantime, if you need any help at all, we're here to help you. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you,
Don't
guys.
suffer in silence.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll speak
And
to
I
you
love
soon,
your
right?
podcast. I love
Oh,
your
thank
podcast,
you.
by the way.
I'm
And
getting
don't
there
forget-
slowly.
and don't forget, when you get a free spot, don't forget about me.
Oh no, I am thinking about it. I'm trying to do things in like a process at the moment. It's not
I
going to
know you
work
are.
forever, but
I know you are.
but no, thank you very much for having me on again, and I shall speak to you both soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, bye.
Bye. There you go, guys. That was Megan, and yeah, or mental health. Okay, we're back in around about 3 minutes, guys. Oh yeah, that is my sign that I need to go.